All right, gentlemen. Today, you will be competing in our San Mai Challenge. So on your anvil, scissors, cloth, go ahead and lift that up. Those are high-carbon drill bits, and there's a soft steel billet inside that box. The San Mai Challenge is forging blades in your signature style by sandwiching saw steel around a hardenable steel core and edge.
I am in so much trouble right now. I have never, ever messed with the drill bits. Just getting those straightened out and getting them into a billet was going to be a challenge enough. I'm in trouble.
All right, bladesmiths, grab your steel. Your 10-minute design window starts now.
I'm going to go to my standard go-to blade, which is a sax. As far as chopping, it's going to have some weight to it. And as far as slicing, if I put the right edge to it, the right angle on it, she'll slice just great.
Bladesmiths, the design period is closed. Your 3-hour forge time starts now.
Eeny, meeny, miny, right?
Yeah. So there's Tim. This is what I like to see. He's cleaning up his steel. He's going to get some very clean welds.
I'm cleaning it up simply because if you don't, then you run the risk of getting some inclusions in there when you actually go to heat it up and weld it. Just one little spot's all it takes.
Just MIG welded my first billet together out of those drill bits. That's honestly the first time I'd ever gotten to play with a MIG welder. Those things are pretty cool. If I can win it, I'm buying one.
This forge here has so much more than I have at my home. I don't have a hydraulic press. I don't have a power hammer. I'm used to doing everything by hand. That could be my Achilles heel. I don't know.
Bladesmiths, you only have 2 hours remaining to finish your blades.
We hit that hour mark, and I'm feeling like, where did I slow down? My billet is thicker than I thought it was going to be, and so it's just taking its own sweet time getting to that temperature where I can start moving it.
Come on, come on, come on, come on.
That clock on the wall is like having a ton sitting on your head. I'm behind the 8 ball on this one.
Tim's working that sax tip into his blade now.
I got the bevels rough forged and handles in there. Wish it was a little bit wider on the tip. Thought I was going to have at least a half hour to address anything that I wanted to. I don't have that time anymore.
10 minutes, bladesmiths.
I've got to get this blade heated up and quenched.
Oh, look at that. Tim is in the oil.
Tim is our first smith to quench. I'm really surprised by that.
So far, so good.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bladesmiths, drop your tools. This forging round is over.
Damn.
Bladesmiths, it's time for the judges to take a closer look at your work. Alan, you're up first. Please present your work to the judges.
I really enjoyed watching you do your forge welds. Everything seemed to be going well, and then something must have happened, because this is really thin. For a coconut chop, I might have wanted it just a little bit thicker than that.
All right, Ed, please present your work to the judges.
Well, Ed, I like where you're heading with this knife. I like the shape, but, I mean, there's deep fissures on the top here that I'm not 100% sure that it's welded. There's almost rattling in there.
All right, Tim, you're up.
I liked where you were going with this. I would have loved to see that peak being up here and, you know, another 3/4 of an inch to really give it that brokeback sax look. If you move forward, try not to lose too much mass.
One thing I'm not a huge fan of is this handle. It's a little small for my hand. Be interesting to see if there's anything that can be done there. But all in all, it's a solidly welded piece. Well done.
Bladesmiths, the judges' deliberation is complete and they've made their final decision. It's time for one of you to leave the forge. The bladesmith leaving the forge is Ed. Your blade did not make the cut. David Baker's going to tell you why.
Ed, I really appreciate all the work you did to set up for that weld. But with that material being so thin, some of those welds are questionable. And of all 4 of our blades, yours is the least finished. And that's why we're letting you go.
Ed, please surrender your blade.
This experience was the heat in my life I needed to forge myself into a better person, a better knife maker. It saved my life. I'll never stop making knives.